Hi folks, I'm Sean McCormick. Welcome to the channel. So last week I was at the Photography and Videography show in the Excel in London. It's the first time the show's been on in London, and I've gone to it regularly when it's in Birmingham. My main reasons for going over were networking, to see new products and maybe get some inspiration for future products and for the things that I want to do in my life. So I've been spending a lot more time here in the studio, and that's why I'm in the studio at the moment. I've just had a client in and I was doing some stuff that I'm going to be doing for something that I got at the photography show now as well. So I went over there with my buddy Pete. It was my first time meeting Pete in person, and we really got on. We've always got on really well online, so it was great to meet in person and then still really get on. You're taking the chance sharing a hotel room with somebody for 2 nights, and you really want to get on, but we got on great. Pete runs the More Than Words blog, and that does Lightroom and lighting the same as me. We're very interested in the same kind of things. So Pete is Belgian, but he serves the Dutch audience a lot, and you'll find him at morethanwords.be. Now, I did get to meet loads of other people, and I'm not name dropping here because if you go to these shows, you have opportunity to meet these people as well. Like Joel Grimes, we spent 40 minutes talking to Joel Grimes at the Fuji stand. It was fantastic. Scott Kelby happened to be staying in the same hotel as me, so I got to chat to them. And myself and Pete used to be with Craft and Vision, and David Duchemin, who is basically the founder of that, he was there and we were chatting to him. So it was great to catch up with him. I bought his book, I have to say, a whole book of bears, and he was kind enough to sign it for me as well. That's a great thing about that as well, is you can meet your favorite authors and get them to sign your books. Now, I did talk on the Digital Camera World stand. It was on the Sunday afternoon, and it was quiet at that stage because we were it's E142, it's out of the main footfall kind of area. But it was great. I loved it. The whole show was fantastic. Everybody was there, pretty much. Adobe, Canon, Sony. I think lighting-wise, Profoto and Elinchrom were probably missed, but there was a huge Godox stand there. So if you want to see some lighting, it was really good. And of course, Gavin Hoey was doing talks on that particular stand. So interesting all around. The Clicks background were there. Gary Hill was there, and a buddy of mine as well. But if you wanted to see anything relating to photography, you have an opportunity to see equipment there. If you do video, for that matter, there are creator stages for video, as well as creator playground. Now, overall, the place was just busy. Now, Saturday was very busy. Sunday wasn't as busy. Monday was very busy again. Tuesday, when I was only in for a small bit in the morning because to get my flight. That was quite busy as well. And I really was just popping back to get my hat that I left behind and to shoot a little bit of video, so I've got some B-roll to go as I'm talking here, because just looking at my face would be boring. A couple of things from the show. So I did pick up, I was going by, and how would I put it? I'd gone to the stand a couple of times and I'd seen the product, right? Basically it was this cage for the X100, okay, from a company called PhotoPro, who don't currently have an exhibitor, or a distributor rather. And so I liked it, and I just got it because of the fact that it gives me the Arctic twist, but it also gives you this really absolutely gorgeous wooden handle. And of course then there's a little bit of protection with the cage, and then an opportunity to add additional things on, such as you have a little cold shoe here, and then you've got all of the screws for adding lights, whatever you want, or mounting it on things. So it gives me an opportunity, if I wanted, that I could put a little Arctic Swiss here, so if I was doing vertical shots, I could easily do vertical shots with it. But I've got a separate little video to do about that anyway. So now, the highlights of the show for me were getting to meet a lot of the people from Adobe, like Katrina Neisman and Russell Preston Brown, and of course Julianne Cost was there, and she is amazing. She's just amazing. Yeah, so it was great to see those. And of course, meeting Joel was really good, and seeing Scott, because I do work for Scott, obviously. I do have the Lightroom Conference coming up. On that note, may as well throw that in there. And of course, like meeting people as well. And there was also, if you're a pro, Adobe do sponsor a meetup afterwards. So the show was finished at 5, and then there's about an hour or two of drinks provided by Adobe. And then people from Adobe get up and talk a little about product, and users get to talk about photos and stuff like that. And it's a great way to meet people as well. On the Saturday night, because Pete is a very big Luminar affiliate. Now, I'm a Luminar affiliate myself, but I just haven't been busy the way I've had an opportunity, just with stuff going on. And so we actually went for dinner and got to meet some lovely people in there, including Jimmy Chen, who was really nice. And of course, some of their evangelists were already there, like Matthew Brown and Kelly Doherty. I think Kelly, sorry Kelly if I'm forgetting your name. Kelly was lovely as well. We went out for, we actually, where did we go? Oh, well, we came back to the hotel with them. That was what it was. But so Luminar have a thing called Aperty. Now, as you know, I use Retouch for me plugins generally for my retouching, but they're very, very expensive. And Aperty is actually really, really impressive. So it allows you to work on different, so if you set a family, like it'll know the dad, it'll know the mom, it'll know the kids, then you can set up different presets for each of them, and it will automatically apply them across that. And remember faces from picture to picture in a set. And then when you're finished, you just basically export the stuff and your retouch is done. It's really, really, really good from that point of view. So I would say to you, if you have an opportunity to go to the show, you should consider going to the show next year in Birmingham. It's a great way to network, and you always get to see new gear and put your hands on new stuff as well. Filtrox are also there, and I use a bunch of their stuff too as well. I have the 13mm, the 23mm, and I have the speed booster, so I can use some of the really old Canon lenses. Fuji don't have any tilt shift lenses, so I still use my 24 tilt shift from that. And the speed booster keeps it as 24mm equivalent, which is brilliant. So that's about it for this. It was just a little recap on what happened at the show, which I really, really liked. Thanks to all of the people that were there and put on the show, and it's great to meet so many of my friends. Too many to mention. I put some up on stories and things like that, but it was great to see Judy, Kathy, Ross, Gavin, Pete, obviously, Terry. By naming names, I'm going to annoy somebody that I haven't mentioned. But yeah, it's a great way to meet socially in the industry, and networking is the best way to do it as well. There's also like networking groups like SheClicks if you're a female photographer, and then there's societies there as well, like the BIPP were there and AOP were there as well. So thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.